Hello, good evening, and welcome to Iron Port. Iron Port is brought to you by the Ghana Revenue Authority, Gold PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, and Phoenix Insurance. The show is proudly powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA, and our media partner is the Business and Financial Times BNFT. Get the Thursday edition of the BNFT newspaper for all the insights if you miss anything from the discussion this evening. Remember, you can also join us live at all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we're streaming live at Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, also at the Port of Tema, and on YouTube, we're streaming live at Iron Port. Remember, you can also join the discussion, as I said, through WhatsApp, and also we'll be opening the phone lines in the course of the discussion for you to contribute. So you can join the conversation on our dedicated WhatsApp line. It's on 0538037353, 0538037353. We'll also open the phone lines for you. So grab your phones, let's get interactive. I will introduce my guest to you shortly after this break.
Energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP, available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP will feel ya, huh? Will be feel. Goil, good energy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, streetlights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena.
You're right. You can complete an entire insurance process for the purchase of any motor and other insurance products, from onboarding to issuing a motor insurance sticker and policy certificate, all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serena Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately.
There you have it. Serena is not just a tool, it's an innovation by Serene Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS. We connect. You thrive.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302 246319 or 0302 246644 or any of our branches, agencies, and brokers spread across the nation. You can as well connect with us on our WhatsApp chatbot. Efiba is waiting to assist you. Make the future predictable with Phoenix Insurance. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom.
So this week, a lot happened at the port and in the maritime industry. GIF held its 28th AGM on digital transformation in freight forwarding. Tema Port won big as the Terminal Operator of the Year at Ghana Shippers Awards 2025. A lot more happened. Here's what you missed.
The Ghana Institute of Freight Forwarders, GIF, has held its 28th annual general meeting in Koforidua with a strong call for the industry to fully embrace digital transformation. The GIF 28th annual general meeting brought together professionals from across the logistics and shipping ecosystem, all converging on one theme: digital transformation in freight forwarding, leveraging technology for enhanced service delivery. The Commissioner of Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Brigadier General Glover Ashon Annan, in his keynote address, praised GIF for its professionalism and support over the years.
Cooperation, professionalism, and advocacy have contributed immensely to the transformation of our processes and the enhancement of the trading environment.
He emphasized the importance of compliance in declarations and documentation, noting that revenue mobilization is critical to national development. He urged freight forwarders to maintain high standards of integrity as the country continues to digitize its trade environment.
Every compliance, declaration, and documentation contributes to Ghana's economic growth. I therefore call on GIF members to uphold the highest standards of professionalism and integrity in all declarations and documentations. As we continue to digitize our systems, it is important that freight forwarders remain fully aligned with these technological advancements.
The president of GIF, who also serves as vice president of FIATA, Stephen Ajokache, told members that next year, 2026, will mark a major digital shift in the freight forwarding space, and is the need for them to fully prepare towards this shift.
The path ahead is clear. The next 12 months will witness monumental digital transformation, not as an option, but as a strategy, necessity. Artificial intelligence, blockchain, digital documentation, automated customs processes, and predictive analytics shall become part of our everyday language. Our operational models must evolve to meet the expectations of clients who demand speed, transparency, and accuracy.
He announced that GIF will continue pushing for harmonized national logistics digitalization system, one that cuts out duplication, reduces delay, and improves revenue assurance. Stakeholders, including the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, Ghana Shippers Authority, Ghana Maritime Authority, Ghana Link Network Services Limited, and sister freight forwarding associations, also delivered solidarity messages reaffirming their support for GIF's digital vision.
The Ghana Maritime Authority values its relationship with GIF, not just as an industry stakeholder, but as an integral partner in maritime governance. We are particularly proud that GIF holds a seat on the board of the Ghana Maritime Authority, an important testament to the recognition of freight forwarders as key players in the maritime value chain.
We actually remember as a port the collaboration that we've had with your good self. When times are hard and challenging times arrive, you are always there to assist us, whether it is through your research, through advice, stakeholder engagement. You always assist us to ensure that the best is delivered from our ports. And looking at the theme, digital transformation, I'm sure we are all aware that GPHA, together with your good selves, we recently enhanced our online payment platforms and we engaged your good selves in the stakeholder engagement. This is to let you know that we will not relent in our efforts. All the advice, all the observations that you give us, we'll definitely try and implement them.
Digital transformation in freight forwarding, leveraging technology for enhanced service delivery is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, digital transformation is not merely about computers, softwares, or systems. It is about reimagining how we work, how we serve, how we grow, and how we keep Ghana moving.
Embracing digital systems will enable Ghana's logistics industry to integrate seamlessly with global digital trading platforms, ensuring faster and smarter and more reliable services to shippers. Your association's focus on this theme is therefore a strong signal of readiness to lead the sector into a more innovative and technology-driven future.
The 28th Annual General Meeting closed with a renewed commitment by all players to deepen collaboration and drive digital transformation across Ghana's logistics and freight forwarding sector.
Please, Tema Port, please come. Let's do this nice and quickly. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you, Tema Port.
Tema Port emerged as Terminal Operator of the Year during this year's edition of Ghana Shippers Awards, which was celebrated in Accra on Friday, November 28. This year's edition, the 7th of its kind, under the theme Blue Ideas, Bold Moves, Innovation in Ghana's Maritime Value Chain, celebrated outstanding performance across Ghana's shipping and maritime sector. The night also spotlighted two of the ceremony's most prestigious honors: Brand of the Year, awarded to Magdan Shipping Company, and Exporter of the Year, captured by the Precious Minerals Marketing Company. Opening the event, Latif Abubakar, CEO of Globe Productions, underscored the immense economic value generated by Ghana's maritime and logistics ecosystem. A major highlight was the recognition of Dr. Nick Dansoeje, Group Chairman of Ghana Link Network Services, who was named Entrepreneur of the Year for his contributions to port digitalization and trade facilitation systems. Other notable winners included Aviance Ghana Limited, which earned Excellence in Corporate Social Responsibility, an award for Best Growing Company, and MSC Mediterranean Shipping Company, which secured Shipping Line of the Year. The ceremony also featured a variety of entertainment, adding flavor to a night celebrating excellence, innovation, and the continued transformation of Ghana's maritime industry.
The Ghana Merchant Navy Officers Association, GMNOA, has held its 2025 Congress at the Regional Maritime University with a renewed commitment to increasing the number of Ghanaian seafarers serving on international waters. Held under the theme Ghana's Seafarer, a global safety icon, the Congress brought together industry experts, senior naval captains, executives of GMNOA, representatives of Bernhard Schultz Maritime, the International Transport Workers Federation, and students of the Regional Maritime University. The discussions highlighted critical issues affecting Ghanaian Merchant Navy officers, including welfare, employment conditions, capacity building, and pathways for improved global competitiveness. The Congress also witnessed the presentation of newly nominated candidates to the association and the unveiling of the strategic plan of the newly elected board. Speaking to Port, General Secretary of GMNOA, Captain Bankas Echwenyo, highlighted the association's pivotal role in advocating for seafarer welfare and shaping policy reforms that safeguard the interests of Ghanaian officers.
Seafarers need this body. Look, to negotiate for favorable working conditions for seafarers. For now, seafarers go to work. They are given employment agreement signed between the seafarer and the employer only. You understand? Which, to a very large extent, does not meet the labor regulations, both ILO and locally. You understand? So the association is there to bridge the gap.
Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA, in partnership with China's Ninja Taiwan Manganese Industry Group, has completed a 10-day pilot simulation training program in Shanghai aimed at preparing Ghanaian marine pilots to handle very large bulk carriers. The intensive course, hosted at the China Maritime Safety Administration training facilities and concluded at the new Alliance Marine Simulation Center, focused on ship handling techniques for vessels of around 300 meters in length and with draft up to 16 meters. Participating pilots worked in high-fidelity bridge simulators to practice berthing, undocking, maneuvering in confined waters, tug coordination, and emergency response scenarios. Bulk carriers are among the largest merchant ships, calling West African ports and demand exceptional precision from pilots and port teams. The training is designed to strengthen port safety, improve operational efficiency, and reduce the risk associated with handling ultra-large vessels. The Deputy Harbour Master at the Port of Takoradi, Captain Emmanuel Nsiedu, said the program is part of a broader effort to upgrade pilot training and operational standards.
The ocean connects us all, so let us honor it, protect it, continue to explore its depths with courage and purpose. Fair winds and flowing seas to each of you all.
Enhanced simulation skills will support Ghana's readiness to receive larger cargoes, ships, boost throughput capacity at major terminals, and contribute to safer, more predictable maritime trade.
And those were some happenings at the port and in the maritime industry. Hope you've been updated. But of course, you know that the preventive section of the Ghana Revenue Authority Customs Division remains the frontline security arm responsible for safeguarding Ghana's borders and protecting national revenue. And this unit plays a very critical role in enforcing custom laws, preventing smuggling, combating illicit trade, and ensuring that strategic goods entering and leaving the country comply with local and international regulations. So, as part of efforts to tackle revenue mobilization challenges and the proliferation of counterfeit goods, the Customs Preventive Section has intensified surveillance along the nation's land borders, seaports, and airports, and through joint operations with security services, adoption of modern risk management techniques, they have enhanced intelligence-led policing. The section continues to actually secure the supply chain while protecting citizens and businesses. That's why I am delighted that tonight we are focusing on the role of Customs Preventive in revenue protection. And I am so excited to be joined in the studio by Assistant Commissioner Eric Kuboni. He's Head of Preventive at the Customs Division, GRA. And then Chief Revenue Officer Jerry Brockman Mensah. He's officer in charge of Preventive Customs. He's in charge of Special Operations, Preventive Customs Division, GRA. Welcome, gentlemen. I'm so delighted to have you in the studio. And of course, for us to all be in sync with our discussion tonight, it's important for us to understand what exactly the Preventive Division, what exactly is your mandate, Mr. Boni?
Thank you very much, Aisha. Before I answer this question, I would like to say good evening to our cherished viewers for giving us this opportunity to share our operations with you. So I will start by giving you a brief history so that the viewers will appreciate why we do what we do. So first of all, Ghana Customs was established in the year 1839. when the first merchandise arrived at the Jamestown port, where duties on goods were exacted. So, ever since its inception, it has gone through a checkered history. It was first came under the Water Police for its revenue functions, which was under the Ghana Police Service. Then it came under the Ministry of Finance, then to the Ministry of Interior. Then in early 1970s, the defunct Border Guards, which was the fourth arm of service, Customs also worked with the Border Guard as the accounting wing and revenue mobilization unit. So, in 1986, the Border Guards fully handed over the duties, responsibilities, and functions fully to Customs. So Customs then became Customs, Excise, and Preventive Service. So that is where our preventive mandate was driven from. Then in 2009, 2 revenue agencies were merged with Customs, with their governing board, that is the Internal Revenue Service and the Value Added Service, VAT. So they came together and formed the Ghana Revenue Authority, which Customs is part of the Ghana Revenue Authority. So the core mandate of Customs is to collect, protect, and account for government revenue.
Okay. CPA.
Yes. So
collect, protect, and account for
exactly.
government revenue.
The second is to protect the health and safety of the public. And we do so by working with the regulating agencies like the Ghana Standards Authority, the Food and Drugs Board Authority, the Food and Drugs Authority, the Narcotics Control Commission, and the rest. So we work together in ensuring that unwholesome and illicit goods are not admitted into the country to harm the general public. Then we also have the national security role. So Customs is at all the frontier stations.
You have a very big mandate, I must say. And I know that you can't do this all alone. For instance, your department, the preventive department, how do you collaborate with other departments? I know you have the post-clearance audit, you have valuation, you have enforcement. I've been in your office before, and I was so frustrated. I mean, how do you collaborate with all these other departments to ensure that your mandate is perfectly executed?
Very well. So, you know, only or none one entity can fight revenue infractions alone. So before the integration, the unit that you mentioned, the risks management unit, the intelligence unit, the investigations unit,
valuation.
The valuation, yes. As for valuation, is still part of Customs, but they were all part of Customs Preventive.
Okay.
Until the integration that they came under a department called Ethics and Good Governance.
Okay.
Yes. So we do collaborate. What the risk management unit finds in the system, it is shared to the preventive unit. And the preventive unit is the enforcement unit on the ground, which does the kinetic force or interdiction of any forms of revenue infraction. So we collaborate with the unit seamlessly, even though now they are not under the core preventive functions.
Okay.
But we still do collaborate with the risk unit, intelligence unit, the investigations unit, the post-clearance unit, the evaluation unit to fight common revenue infraction.
I will come back to you to talk about how your section is structured across the borders, the airports, and what have you. But let me ask Mr. Brookman to throw more light on this collaboration between all the units.
Yeah, thank you, Aisha. Before I go on, let me also extend the same warm greetings to our principals, that's the Commissioner General and Commissioner of Customs, as my boss has rightly done, and also to your cherished viewers. Okay. Yeah, so Preventive, we are the enforcement unit of Customs. And as my boss rightly said, we enforce the necessary laws that are required to, mobilize revenue, or the tax laws. Okay. And we cannot do this without depending on the other units, like the post-clearance unit, the examination unit, even the CTSB, and all the units, intelligence. We cannot do this without depending on them. Okay. And we always say that we are the third eye of these units, in the sense that we start with the process, and the process ends with us. So it means that in the process, I am telling you to watch out certain things that probably you have not watched before the consignment is out of customs control. Okay. So I become like a watch to you, preventive. Again, for the interceptions that we make, they are supposed to feed risk management. So of course, once whatever that infraction that, come out as a result of the interception, we feed that into the risk management engine. And that is for all the units to be able to further in their activities.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me give you a typical example. So when goods have been classified and valued, okay, we have done advanced profiling of the consignments. So I am giving you enough information for you to look at during the process of classifying and valuing the goods. You see. So this is how we collaborate with the CTSB, that's the Custom Technical Service Bureau. They are in charge of the classification evaluation. So we have been able to give you information to look at. The examination officer, once you are examining the goods, I'm also guiding you on the things to look out for. So at the end, you want to make sure that whatever that will result in, leakage of revenue, we prevent it.
It's blocked.
Yes, it's blocked. Yeah. So that's how much we collaborate.
Let's now talk about the structuring. How is it structured across? No, you are everywhere. Yesterday I was at the border and you were there. You are everywhere. So how are you structured? Seaports, airports, all the borders. How are you structured?
Thank you very much, Aisha. So, preventive unit is found in all customs collections. We call it sectors or the regional offices. So, at every regional office, we have a head of preventive in that unit called the CRO in charge of preventive. And they supervise the stations under them. And the stations, which are the border stations, have preventive unit as well. But during my first question, I wanted to answer the core mandate of preventive, and you intervene.
Okay.
So the core mandate of preventive is to protect government revenue by preventing all forms of revenue leakages through smuggling and diversion.
Okay.
So these units perform this very mandate. They also ensure that trade compliance are strictly adhered to, and all relevant revenue laws are also enforced. So these are the core mandate that preventive unit performs.
Okay.
So it is found across all our 18 sectors, with up to even the outposts which have the border cell.
Okay.
You find preventive units performing these similar mandates that I've enumerated.
Okay, so yes, of course, you have a very big mandate and you have actually stated it clearly. You need to prevent government revenue by blocking all the leakages so that, I mean, nothing goes away from government. But I want you to paint a clear picture, like a typical day of a preventive officer at the port, at the border. I mean, let us understand what you really do in terms of your mandate.
Very well. So let me use Tema Port as a typical example to represent the Harbours.
Great.
So when the vessel which carries the consignment first lands at the port, after discharge, Preventive is the first line of call to go to the quay side to protect those consignments. Then they are to ensure that they are properly escorted to all the inland container depots or the terminals at the port. Then when the importer is ready to clear his goods, it is a preventive officer who ensures that the marks and numbers, when we talk about marks and numbers, we are referring to the seal number, the container number are correct before the seal is caused to be broken. Then the goods are on stop. When the goods are on stop, before examination is conducted, it is the preventive officer who ensures that he stays with the goods before the assigned examination officer is in for joint inspection.
Okay.
Then they will do after the joint inspection, when the goods is about to be exited from the port, it is a preventive officer who is at the last gate to ensure that the appropriate duties and levies exacted on the goods are done. If there are any infractions, it's the preventive officer who will ensure that the examination officer raises call. That call is customs offense report.
Okay.
Then the necessary duties are exacted. Same happens to the frontier. When the cargo arrives at the baggage hall, it is a preventive officer who ensures that they are unstopped. The joint examinations are done. If everything is found to be correct, then the goods are exited to go. But I must say, that doesn't end the process. Even on your way, we have revenue barriers who will still check whether the appropriate duties have been exacted.
So after you've your items or your car, your container is out of the port, you can still face some issues on your way.
Exactly. Even when the goods are finally consumed.
Okay.
Yes. When the goods are finally consumed.
That's interesting.
Yes. Our post-clearance audit unit will go into the system. If they find any infraction, you'll be called to pay for the revenue loss. So when the goods finally exit, it doesn't stop our work. It goes up to the final consumption of the goods, which preventive or the post-clearance audit unit ensures that the needed revenue is exacted. So I want to encourage viewers that they shouldn't think when they exit the port that ends the clearance process. The clearance process extends even up to several years of consumption, which the law will come after you.
So you definitely have to do the right thing.
Sure.
And so that you will just be free. If it's your car, you'll be driving with ease without thinking about anybody. But what are the major smuggling products that you face or illicit trade issues that your men face at these vantage points?
Yes. Now, our biggest challenge is smuggling of vegetable cooking oil.
Okay.
There has been some trade restrictions from the borders. Our land borders, we don't admit or we don't levy duties on vegetable cooking oil. because of some origin issues we have with our sub-regional counterparts. So because of that, traders find all manner of means in smuggling these items into the country because we don't allow them to pay upfront at the border crossing. So they use canoes to cut those goods to the unattended beaches. Yes. Then another one is petroleum products. Recently, I guess you heard our enforcement rules in that sector. We are really sanitized the diversion and illegal bunkering that was happening for some time now. So we have a lot of challenges with smuggled products, and we also have substandard or illicit tobacco products and the rest. So we have a lot of merchandise which are smuggled through our borders, not only the vegetable cooking oil, petroleum products, and the cigarettes that I've mentioned. Yes.
That means that you have a lot of work to do.
Very well.
And so, Mr. Brookman, how are you dealing with some of these issues?
Okay. So we have enforcement capabilities that we work with. And you can bear with me that now customs is modern. You see, so once you have the processes modernizing, you also have to up your game. And when you are dealing with smuggling, this issue or this menace is now sophisticated because perpetrators are, engaging technology in doing all this. So it means that we also have to up our games. Okay. And there are some equipment that we employ. These are technological equipment to aid in our advanced profiling, to aid our search, and to aid the way we intercept. So let me give you a typical example. We have a system called the CTS. That's the cargo targeting system. So this allows us to have advanced profiling of the consignments before they get into our country. And we're able to have that medium to share information to other institutions or units of customs that will be interested in that. Okay. And we also have the K9 unit. K9 unit, we have sniffer dogs that are able to detect new concealments, money laundering, and I can tell you that that unit is very effective. Unlike, going the old way of, humans trying to, search persons and goods. Now we employ sniffer dogs to do this. So that is one thing. We have also employed scanners. Okay. When you go to the entry points or exit points, we have some of the places that we have scanners, that are able to do intrusive examination. Okay, and we have others, a whole lot that we can mention. But just to tell you that now we have also upped up our game by employing technology also to be able to fight the canker.
Okay, Mr. Bonnie, tell me about how you conduct your surveillance. I mean, he's talked about how you are able to interdict and using modern technology. I want you to throw more light on your surveillance, patrols, interdictions. I mean, how do you go about it?
Yeah, so like my colleague just enumerated, we dwell mostly on intelligence.
Okay.
And without intelligence, we cannot work effectively.
Yeah.
So when these internal and even external intelligence and security agencies give us intel, that is what we use in doing our operations. So we conduct intrusive physical inspections. We also do searches and rummaging of all means of conveyances. We also conduct raids, swoops, and also we do other enforcement operational activities with regard to our core mandate. So typically, we use all manner of, we use technology and also intelligence shared information to go about our operations effectively.
Okay. Brockman, to what extent or how critical, let me put it that way, is interagency collaboration? Because if you work with intelligence and all of these, you definitely need other agencies that you need to work with to be able to do that.
Yeah, I can tell you that it's very critical. Okay. Very, in the sense that, you know, as my boss rightly said, our operation is more based on intelligence. It's intelligence driven. Okay. And some of the operations that we undertake will have, you know, other unit interest. Okay. And these are units that are also into intelligence gathering. So it will interest you to know that my target is another person's target. For instance, drugs. So I might have information that will probably will help the other unit to be able to undertake their work, and I mean vice versa. So when we have this joint, what do you call it, operations together, it helps us in information sharing. Yes, and we are able to be very effective and efficient in our operations. And again, too, let me also say this. Of course, every institution is challenged with resources, but a joint operation is very critical in the sense that, you know, you're able to harness your capabilities. You put on resources together to be able to, you know, undertake your operations.
Okay.
And yes, typical example is at the borders where we have BORDSEC. Yes, so that's the border security, which is led by customs and have the other security, institutions in it. Okay. So what we do is we undertake, operations together. Yeah. So I can tell you that's very critical.
So what agencies do you work with? Police, Narcotics Control Board, which other is it? FDA?
Yes, FDA, National Security as a body, yes, we do operations with them. Yes, FDA you mentioned, NACOP mentioned, even FDA. Yes, because we are to ensure that the goods are safe for human consumption. So we collaborate with all these agencies.
And the Immigration Service, I guess.
Of course. So at the BOSEC, especially at the border points that I mentioned, yes, typical of those places, you have BOSEC functioning very well, which has immigration and other security.
Okay. Is there any major operation you've done recently? Successful operation in terms of interdicting some of these smuggling items we're talking about?
Yes. Recently, we did an operation with the other security, so that's the army and the police. No, the military and the police. And this was organized under the auspice of the Gold Board. Okay. So we did that at the borders and we were able to make some arrests, which even involved foreigners. So, of course, we were very successful and effective in the operation because of the joint activity we had with the others. Okay. And you can also talk of the recent arrest of the opium at Tema. Yes, that was also a joint operation that we undertook. And even the one at Tor that my boss rightly mentioned, the petroleum, yes, that was also a joint operation. So we can go on and mention, a lot. Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead.
So, like Jerry rightly said, we normally don't come public when we do a lot of interception because that is our routine work that we do every day. Every day we cause interceptions, but we only come public when there's the need to do so. So that is why sometimes you don't hear of customs, but the other agencies, because goods, examination of goods are not their core mandate. That is why when they get any interception, they quickly come to public to announce. But I can tell you, we are really working and getting a lot of revenue from these interceptions. But we are very quiet and silent about it without the public knowing because it's our core
I'm very
mandate.
interested in the revenue mobilization because even right from the start, you made mention that your core duty is to ensure government gets its revenue, the revenue that is due government, by preventing all leakages so that, I mean, all the money that is due government comes to government. So how do you contribute directly to revenue mobilization?
Yes. So we do contribute directly to revenue mobilization per the interceptions that we do.
Okay.
When we do the interception, you are exacted pecuniary penalty of up to 300%.
Okay.
So that one alone is huge, and it's deterrent for would-be smugglers to avoid smuggling. Then also we get our revenue from seizures and forfeitures.
Mhm.
But when we intercept your goods and you are unable to pay, we'll go through the auction process, and it will be auctioned or allocated, and we'll get the needed revenues from it. Then again, preventive, also our presence heightens compliance. So when importers are not doing the right thing and they hear the task force, preventive task force, at a particular point, then they begin to do the right thing by shoring up all the revenue infractions. So we do get a lot of revenue from these measures that we
Okay,
take.
so I mean, people say a whole lot about the customs, right? And I'm lucky to have you here. So I'll ask you this: do you intentionally sometimes frustrate people so you can take money from them?
That's an unfortunate statement. We don't. And let me say that nobody is prepared to pay the needed revenue. And once you are coerced to pay the right revenue, that is where we get a lot of complaints from our importers and traders of harassment. So typically, we expect that from the ports or at the entry port, appropriate revenues will be exacted. But unfortunately, when we stop them along the way, we still get huge numbers of revenue infractions. As my colleague mentioned, we get undervaluation, under invoicing, misdescription, misclassification, and a whole of concealment. Yes. So it's not about we frustrating the traders. It's about ensuring that the right and appropriate duties are paid.
Mm. Right, so let's look at the safeguards which are in place to ensure security of the international supply chain. I'm talking about the WCO safe standards. I mean, what measures are in place to ensure that we meet these standards?
Okay, so the standard is to ensure secured trade facilitation.
Okay.
So whatever that we'll have to put in place to enhance the security of international trade, we'll have to do that. And Ghana Customs is part of the WCO, WCO program for organized economic operators, that's EU. And when you belong to this organization, what you are supposed to do is to ensure that you recognize credible traders and to be able to give them the benefits that associate with, the program. So here we are looking at facilitating their trade to make sure that that reduces cost and also to give them the associate benefit that go with trade facilitation. Okay, so we belong to, an organization that enforces the AU. So we are adapted to that. That is one. Again, to do risk management, to make sure that we provide the consignment right from their source, that's the country of export, into the country of import. So we do profiling by getting information from other security institutions, both internal and external, who are hooked to the system. We're able to get information from all this or on this platform to be able to profile the consignment before it comes. So we do risk assessment, and the question that you asked about collaboration with the other units, I said that we basically share information with them, or whatever interceptions that we make, it's informed in their work. So in the similar manner, risk analysis from our target feed into the bigger risk engine to be able to inform the other units how they work.
Okay.
And we also depend on or make do with advanced, what do you call it? Advanced passenger information. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, advanced passenger information. Yes, that is we're getting the information ahead of time to be able to profile persons that are traveling either by air or by sea or by land. So these are the measures that we have put in place to be able to ensure that we have a secured trade and also to facilitate that trade.
By now, I know viewers are boiling with questions, and that's why I've shared our WhatsApp line is 0538037353. It's on the screens. I'll be sharing the phone lines with you, and we'll be opening those lines for you to call in to share your ideas, suggestions, comments on the topic we're discussing. But of course, for such a big institution like the customs and the preventive sections, definitely, aside dealing with smuggling goods, illicit trade, they definitely have challenges. Logistics, I think they have, and a whole other challenges. Manpower, I'm sure they have. When I return from this break, we'll be talking about all of those challenges, and we'll be taking your comments and providing answers to your questions. Remember, I'm still in the studio with Assistant Commissioner Eric Wikuboni. He is the head of Preventive Customs Division, GRA, and also Chief Revenue Officer Jerry Brookman Mensah. He is the officer in charge of Special Operations Preventive Customs Division, GRA. We'll continue the discussion shortly after this break. Stay with me.
Good energy brings you quality choices with Goil Super XP. Available in many Goil stations nationwide. It is fortified with special additives that help your engine perform better and use less fuel. Branch into a Goil station today and energize your ride with Goil Super XP, compatible with most vehicles. Goil Super XP, Wufilia, huh? Wubefeel. Goil, good energy. Yeah.
Electricity, then pay your taxes. Yeah. Our taxes, our future.
Because you see, without our taxes, we wouldn't have good roads, good schools, better hospitals, street lights, and other very important social amenities. When we pay our taxes, we give our children free and quality education. Talga, my money too small. Why should I pay my tax? Look, small. Salifo, it doesn't matter how small or big your business or income is. You still have to pay your taxes. The little taxes from each and every one of us, when put together, could give your community clean water, or that deprived school with tables and chairs. Please pay your taxes. It is your responsibility. It is your civic duty. It is the law.
Welcome to today's edition of Serene Insurance Business News. We present to you Serena.
You're right. You can complete an entire insurance process for the purchase of any motor and other insurance products, from onboarding to issuing a motor insurance sticker and policy certificate, all on WhatsApp in less than 10 minutes. Serena is simple to use and it prioritizes user ease and flexibility. You can either use voice notes or text to effortlessly issue your instant policy, cross-platform renewals, claims, and also process your payments through mobile money, Visa, and MasterCard. To engage Serena, just search for Serena Serene Insurance on all social media handles and scan the Serena barcode or save her number 0500 517 114 and start chatting her on WhatsApp immediately.
There you have it. Serena is not just a tool, it's an innovation by Serene Insurance designed to redefine how motor and travel insurance are accessed and managed. Speed, convenience, and reliability.
MPS Terminal 3 is Africa's new state-of-the-art container terminal at Tema Port. For manufacturers, agro-processors and traders, the new port means business can be done faster. This infrastructure boost will improve Ghana's port handling capacity, connect more trading routes, and oil the engine of growth for the economy, creating greater opportunities across all sectors as Africa's markets merge and become the largest trading bloc globally. MPS, we connect, you thrive.
At Phoenix Insurance, we make the unpredictable predictable and the uncertain certain with our range of products, including motor insurance, fire insurance, engineering insurance, marine insurance, accident insurances, and all types of bonds. We have you covered. We also support you with risk management advice to enable you stay focused on your business. Take a policy with Phoenix Insurance today. We help you rise from adversity stronger and more secure. Contact us on 0302 246319 or 0302 246644 or any of our branches, agencies, and brokers spread across the nation. You can as well connect with us on our WhatsApp chatbot. Efiba is waiting to assist you. Make the future predictable with Phoenix Insurance. Phoenix Insurance, a delightful service experience delivered with wisdom.
Welcome back to Iron Port, and Iron Port is proudly brought to you by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA, and we've been having some backdoor conversations, very interesting conversations. Before I went on that break, I spoke about the challenges that the Customs and the Preventive Division of the Customs Service may be having. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking that they may have manpower challenges, and I'm thinking they may have logistic challenges, because as usual with a lot of institutions. Let me announce you the phone line: 0245-834980, 0245-834980. You can share with us your comments. If you have some questions, I have two strong men here. They will address all your questions. So before I went on that break, I spoke about challenges. What are some of the challenges that you face in terms of logistics, in terms of human resource at your division?
Thank you very much, Aisha. I like the way you framed the question up, that there's no organization without any challenge.
Definitely.
Even though we are the milk cow for the state,
yes,
we face a lot of challenges.
Tell me about it.
So you mentioned the manpower. That is our bane. It will interest you to know that the whole customs, including management staff, number about 1,625, the whole customs. So if we do a simple ratio with immigration, who are our sister border security agency, they are normal house over 21,000 plus, and we are just 1,625. With this number, how do we combat the illicit trade and the smuggling? It's a very difficult thing. And even with this number, we still have less junior officers than the seniors.
Okay.
It's only customs as a paramilitary organization that the seniors overwhelm the juniors. So we are really in dire need of personnel to who are the agile and the young ones who are the boots on the ground to help us do all these patrols, snap checks, and the swoops that I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
We also have logistical challenge. We don't have robust vehicles. When you go to the north, that is where we find most of the porous borders. We need all-terrain vehicles, ATV, to do the patrols. We need motorbikes. We need robust vehicles. We don't have them. Then even at the borders, we don't have proper examination bay. You wouldn't want your goods to be examined at the mercy of the weather. You have to get at least properly constructed examination bay so that the goods can be unstuffed into those shed and we can do proper and thorough examination.
Commissioner, let me pick Evans Achu, who is calling us from Accra. Evans, thanks so much for calling us. Speak to me.
Thank you. Thank you. I have two questions about the discussion.
Okay.
The first one is, I would like to know if there is any collaboration between the customs or the preventive customs service and the Ghana Police Service, because nowadays in the media we hear or we see the Ghana Police duties being on air with the arrest of illicit goods or illicit drugs, and he spoke. One of the senior officers there spoke about they are silent on the things that go around their duties when they arrest or they intercept some of these things. May I know those goods, contraband goods that are being arrested by the police, if there is any collaboration between them so that maybe they can get revenue from there rather than exposing them or seizing them. And the second one, he spoke about the oil, the smuggling of the oil from the neighboring countries into the country, which he said they have banned or it's not allowed. But I know why, because we the citizens also need some of those oil. Is there anything that you can tell the public why those goods are not allowed, and if anything can be done so that the country can get those revenues into our coffers? Thank you very much.
Assistant Commissioner is here. He will answer your question. But why don't we allow those oils? But there's oil in Ghana. Why don't you buy in Ghana? Thank you very much, Evans. Assistant Commissioner will address your question.
Thank you very much, Aisha. So let me start from bottom up. So with the oil is not banned. It's partially restricted from the frontier or the borders. We allow admission into the country from our ports. So it's not banned. We have challenge with origin issues. That is why we had restricted the importation from the frontier, and policy is handling it. I believe in the near future, directive will come as to how we should handle. But I must say it's not outrightly banned as he narrated, but it is restricted from, its imports are restricted from the country borders.
Okay.
But we allow admission into our main ports, Takoradi and Tema.
Okay. So, I mean, if you use the right route,
If you use the right
we
route,
admit
yes.
it in
Yes.
the country. This is coming from Imoro. He says, hi, Iron Ports. My question is, how do you handle your officers who collaborate with importers to evade taxes when caught? And also, on the question of standards, why do custom officers who access goods, for example, cars, have different home delivery value for the same car, same year model? Thank you. Who will address that?
Okay, so let me address the vehicles and he will address the standards.
Okay.
So we have only one home delivery value for a specific vehicle.
Okay.
We don't have varied home delivery value if it's properly assessed. So I don't know where the duties were assessed, whether it was assessed from the frontier stations or at our Customs Technical Services Bureau. But the duty is same everywhere. Then let me quickly address the collaboration with the police, the first question, before Jerry comes in. So
I think Brookman even addressed that you collaborate with other units, other immigration, narcotics, police. He mentioned that, right?
Depending on the substance, we go through our internal process and we hand it over to the specific
The
agency.
specific, okay. So, you.
Let me add to what my boss said on the collaboration with the police. Okay. And the question that the person asked suggested to me that they don't trust that, the goods are indeed will go to customs.
Okay.
Because when you have the other security services making interception that is of custom interest, they want to be sure it gets to customs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I also want to call on the public, okay, that of course we have this collaboration and we cherish that. It's also true that you might have other, security groups, your personnel also, doing some of these things in their own interest. Okay. So we are saying that when you suspect such, when your vehicle or your good is intercepted by any of the security services other than customs, and you suspect that it is not getting to customs, please report to customs.
Okay.
So let me make this very...
Okay, I have Blessing on the line. Blessing from La Paz. Hello, Blessing. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
Can you lower the volume on your television set?
I have done that already. I can hear from the television.
Okay. Talk to me.
Okay. So my question is, what are they doing concerning the Nigerian teenagers that they are bringing into Ghana for prostitution? For a clear purposes, I'm a Nigerian. I know the number of people that have tried to repatriate to Nigeria. I know the number of people the Nigerian High Commissioner have taken back, but all the time the border is free for them to traffic these young ladies in the age of 12 years, 10 years, 13 years, 15 years, 18 years to prostitution here in Ghana. They are literally all over the city. So my question is, why are they continue to allow them to pass through the border to bring those little children to come and do prostitution here in Ghana?
All right, thank you.
It is making a whole thing difficult because the Nigerian community, the Nigerian diaspora are trying all their best to send some of these children back. Some of them are being used for exploitation. Some are even for scamming. They'll tell them that it's a work here in Ghana. When they bring them to Ghana, they will lock them up 3 months, 6 months. They cannot see outside. They'll be beaten every day for not getting a client, and it is so terrible. So my question is, why are they allowing these people to be making use of the borders?
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ali Abubakar. I think your question will be addressed. Over to you, gentlemen.
His question is purely, it purely comes under the Ghana Immigration Service.
Yes.
But even though
but you work with the Immigration
we work with
Service,
them, but they have the mandate
to do that.
Yes, to intercept persons of such interest.
Okay, so
but,
yes, of course.
But we do work with them, and when we suspect any suspicious characters trafficking or moving these young ones, we collaborate with our immigration counterpart for them to be intercepted. Yes.
Okay, so the question coming from Raymond, I think, also has a bit of immigration, because he says the conversation has been all about goods, Is it customs mandate as well to do personal searches and vehicle searches, and why? So in terms of personal searches, that should be for the immigration, right?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
For immigrations are mandated to
do that.
Yes, for persons.
Right.
Yes.
And does customs have the right to and mandate to confiscate drugs, weed, weapons, and other items, since we all know they are only mandated for goods? And I remember you spoke about collaborating with other institutions, and you said that if it has to do with maybe goods, expired goods, for instance, then you collaborate with FDA. So the same way, if it has to do with drugs, then it will be the Narcotics Control Board. So I think your question has been answered. This is coming from Ohima from Tema. She says, good evening, Iron Port. Very insightful discussion. What quantum of gains have we made since the ban of importation of vegetable cooking oil through the borders? Couldn't we have first attempted to reduce the smuggling through the so-called unapproved routes, most of which are manned by preventive officers anyway?
Yes, so like I did say, because of logistical constraints and due to the restriction, we envisage that more of such product will be smuggled along our porous borders. But we've not relented on our oars. We've still employed certain initiatives and strategies to intercept these. We cultivate credible informants to assist us with intelligence, and also we are trying to collaborate with the Ghana Navy, because most of them also use canoes to land them at the unattended beaches. So those are the issues that we are battling with. But I believe pretty soon policy will come with a specific directive so that the restriction will be uplifted. Then duties will be allowed to be paid at the front.
Okay. I'm happy that you've both admitted that you have challenges. It's only by that way that you can make progress and get assistance. So what kind of support do you need to actually enhance the effectiveness of executing your mandate?
Yes, obviously, those challenges that I mentioned, we need them to be enhanced. So we need at least more junior officers who add up to our workforce so that we can do our work effectively.
We need to train men in this, what do you call it, cyber security fraud. Yeah. You see, cyber investigations,
detection of malwares and all of that.
We need to have these capabilities to be able to, face the challenge ahead of us. So training is key. Training is key. We need to have men that can be able to analyze, forensic, data.
Okay.
So training, we believe, is key.
Okay, and of course, I'm going to talk about reforms, because as we are all admitting that business is becoming sophisticated and people are deploying all sort of means to elude the custom officers, we also have to up our game to meet them halfway, right? Let me speak to Ni, calling from Accra. Ni, good evening. Welcome to Iron Port.
Good evening, madam. Please, I have 2 questions to ask.
Go ahead, Ni, but be brief about it.
Why are customs not recruiting? That's my first one. And
why?
The second one is that you realize that when your goods or you have consignment at the port.
Ni, I didn't get your first question. You said why are customs
not recruiting?
Okay.
I complain that they have a shortage of staff. So why are they not recruiting?
Right. So what's your second question?
I realize that when your goods or consignment pass through Tema or airport, on the large base, they issue receipt and other things, they raise invoice and receipt. So when I pass the borders, whereby custom charge me for goods, let's say small import, let's say I have for your 3 gallons or rice, but they do take money and we pass. How does that one work?
Right. Thank you very much, Ni.
If I understand the question, it says the custom officers take money for 3 gallons of oil and let them pass at the borders. Is that what he said?
I think so.
So, on no occasion should anybody pay monies without getting the tax bill generated or the bill of entry generated before allowing the goods to go. So, in the first place, it is wrong for any importer to pay monies directly to custom officers.
Okay.
When such are done, I expect that they report appropriately to their higher authorities in the sector that these practices occurred, and will take them through the internal disciplinary processes.
Okay.
Then on recruitment, yes, so all the services under the Ministry of Interior are recruiting. Customs will also come with our recruitment pretty soon. But unfortunately, we don't go through similar processes like what they do. We allow applicants to apply for vacancies, and when they need be, they will be called for screening and interviews. When they are successful, they will be
Okay.
recruited.
So do you have any intentions of doing so very soon? Because you've already made mention of the fact that you are in need of human resources.
Top management is considering that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I was talking about reforms to modernize Ghana's borders because we've all admitted that business is becoming sophisticated. All manner of things are being employed to ensure that they escape from the customs and doing the right thing. So what reforms are underway to ensure that you meet these people halfway?
Apart from employing intelligence and technology, I will advocate for one-stop border shop or integrated border management.
Okay.
Because I was privileged to be with a team for a study tour at the East African country, specifically Kenya and Tanzania. They have one-stop border shop across most of their major border crossing, and it makes trading becomes very seamless. There's no duplication of clearance. One country will not examine goods, then when it reaches the other country, it also go through similar process. All are housed in one premises, and they do joint examination and joint clearance together. And it is reducing a lot of smuggling activities and diversion.
Okay.
Yes. Then again, it is also in Ghana that we have major challenges with border roads. Our counterparts at the other side, when you go to Togo or the La Côte d'Ivoire, you see that immediately you cross the Ghana side of the border, they have first-class route. And all these also impugn into the smuggling and the diversion. If we have good roads, I don't think traders will want to hassle in passing through all this arduous terrain before their goods come to the market. They will be prepared to come through our gazetted border crossing to pay the necessary duty. So those are the few reforms I will want the government and the top management to consider.
In terms of the a long-term vision for ensuring that ensuring national security and also sealing all the loopholes in terms of revenues. What's the plan?
Yeah. So if you listen to the conversation, realize that we have dwelled on the fact that our key source of information is our key source of our operation is intelligence. So we are looking for an intelligent, driven, enforcement unit, okay, which is also, of course, driven by technology. Yes, an enforcement unit that is technologically driven and having the operations led by intelligence is very, very important. And that's where I think we want to see ourselves.
Okay. Assistant Commissioner?
I'm listening to your question.
You want to add on to?
Oh, no,
well, I'm
fine.
talking about the long-term vision for the preventive division.
Very well. So he has mentioned technology and intelligence driven, like I did mention earlier on. We also want to have well-trained customs officers. So when we are able to get well-trained preventive officers, because as a preventive officer, you should be the top-notch, because you should be well-abreast with the laws, our processes, and procedures. So what the officers we have now, we don't have the capacity already, and they are also lack training. So my long-term vision is to get the manpower and also being well-trained so that they can really make sure they meet the trends of time.
There seem to be a lot of misconception out there. I want to give you the opportunity. What are your last words to the public?
Thank you very much, Aisha, once again. And thank you for the opportunity. We want to tell the general public that gone are the days that customs sees any of our partners as hardcore smugglers. Now they are partners in national development and also with trade, national development and trade. So we want them to be more compliant. When they don't understand anything, our officers are open. They should come and discuss with us. We are ready to assist them in ensuring that the right duties are paid, and nobody is ready or prepared to harass them if they do the right thing. Thank you.
Right. CRO?
Yeah, so I want the public to be aware that there's reward for giving out information to customs. Because as we rightly said, we are intelligence driven. And we can only get intelligence from the public. And we are saying that the Whistleblowers Act provides a reward scheme for those that would be able to give information to us. So please, when you see anything that you suspect that the person, of course, has undermined the revenue laws, when you suspect any diversion of goods, when you suspect anything that undermines, our laws, please don't hesitate to report to customs. And when you do that, your information, your identities are protected, and we shall go ahead to also reward you under the scheme.
How protected are these people who give you information?
It's covered by law. So once you reveal the person's identity, it's against the law. So the person can be dealt with legally.
Okay.
Yeah. And we ensure that. Okay.
Mr. Bonnie, you want to tell me something? Because I'm seeing that you are having a signal from somewhere. Is there something you want to tell me?
Yes. I nearly forgot one key information that I want to share with the general public, especially on vehicles, which you had you had better encounter with customs.
I was a victim.
Yes, you were a victim. So, you know, there is an increase in non-custom vehicles within the system. We want to urge the general public that anytime anybody wants to purchase a vehicle, they should first and foremost ensure that the vendor comes to customs with the purchaser with the appropriate custom documents, and they should present the vehicle. They shouldn't present the documents only. They should present both the document and the vehicle.
And the vehicle.
So that physical inspection will be conducted and will verify whether the vehicle is on custom or otherwise. Because these days we are encountering a lot of challenges in this regard. People are swaying people into defrauding them. So we urge them to present the vehicle to any customs officers with a document, and we'll do the physical inspection and confirm its status. Thank you very much.
And what I know is that if you try to escape, you will definitely go back and do the right thing. Thank you very much. Assistant Commissioner Eric Kweku Boni, he's head of Preventive Customs Division GRA, and Chief Revenue Officer Jerry Brookman Mensah, he's officer in charge of Special Operations Preventive Customs Division GRA. I'm so grateful for your time this evening. And remember, that show is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, supported by the Ghana Revenue Authority, Gold PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, and Phoenix Insurance. Thank you so much for supporting us. Please catch the abridged version on GTV on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. And if you missed anything, you can also grab the Thursday edition of the BNFT newspaper for all insights on this evening's discussion. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Many thanks for watching. Do enjoy your evening.